So this is the why do I was flashing on Men Who Stare at Goats a little bit, although that was about training people, not so much finding.
Well, you know, a lot of that.
The wacky CIA 50s
during the Cold War.
Right.
This did happen, that they tried to find people with extraordinary abilities and get them to work for the government. I mean, this is real. And it did not work out, but this is kind of playing off of that, and we even talk about that in later episodes, how the whole alpha thing started. Not started, because there've been alphas throughout history, we assume, but this kind of permutation of it, how, you know, where did red flags start at? There's all kind of mythology there.
They were a branch of Section 31, weren't they?
There you go.
Because the grounding of the show is not supernatural or comic book hero or alien interference or anything or alien interference or anything like. This is mutations out of the human genome.
Yes, this is definitely.
There you go.
This is you know, neurochemistry basically. Yeah. If you go on YouTube, you know, it's all there. I mean, there is this guy. I don't know if you've ever seen him. I can't remember this guy's name. But he gets taken up in a helicopter. Have you seen this guy?
I think I've seen it now. I think they use it.
He goes up for 45 minutes. They fly him around Rome or Manhattan for 45 minutes. Then they put him in a room like this, all white walls, all of it with drawing paper on it. And he stays in there for 5 days. They feed him, obviously, and he sleeps. But in 5 days, he replicates the entire city as seen from the air. Every window, every door, every light, every garbage can, every sewer grating, everything that he can see, exact, doesn't miss a trick. It's phenomenal to watch.
those kind of guys.
I mean, that's an alpha, baby.
Okay.
That's an alpha. The people who have total memory that they did that piece on, like what's her name, the actress from Taxi, who is one of the few people, you know, total memory, remembers every second of their lives, which to me would be a curse. You know, I spend most of the time forgetting things I've done, but I mean, that's an alpha ability, you know.
Oh, okay. So right, so
I'm saying it's a documentary more than a.
With people who accidentally make good interpersonal conflict and all that.
Yeah, more or less.
More or less. And people are excited so far? Despite all
excited? Don't we look excited? How much more excited?
You do.
You want me to blow up a balloon?
I'm thinking...
I can blow up a balloon if I had a balloon.
I'm thinking of all those... at the time, you're on one hand, you're jumping through all the network hoops, but on the other hand, people are probably...
Look, there's a difference between...
They're spending money to promote it, so somebody's happy
There's
with
a difference between making a show and watching a show. You know, when I'm involved in the creation of a show, it's a grind, and, you know, you work long hours, and there's a lot of stuff you got to do and stuff you have to deal with, and, you know, it's a job, but no one cares about that, nor should they. As an audience member, when I watch a show, I'm not thinking, well, even though I know what they've been through, I'm not thinking that. I'm thinking, hey, is this good or bad? It's only the result that counts. So all the talk about this, that, or the other thing and what goes into the making of, I know people are now fascinated by how everything gets made and all the backstage stories and, you know, what's going on with the actors and how did it all come together. You know, that's all adjacent to the major point of it all, which is to come up with an hour of television that you can be proud of and can go over the, you know, airwaves if we still have them, and digitally
the cable signal
make us, you know, excited.
Well, it's just that when the end product actually clicks and everybody enjoys it and adores it, they all want to know how it happened. You know, let's go retrace our steps.
I know, but that's always, to me...
But that's the follow-on.
Yeah, and it's actually less interesting, you know, because you know it from all the Trek days. You know, people want to know reasons for why things happen the way they happen, and most of the time, the answer to that is not what they want to hear, not what I would want to hear as a fan. It's not based on some, really cool.
Well, 1 time out of 10, maybe it is.
Yeah. But a lot of times it's based on necessity being the mother of invention. We had to have a show that week, so you better come up with something, that hasn't been seen the week before, or the 500 previous incarnations.
Yeah, you said something about the mythology of this show is fun. Is it that history we were talking about a minute ago, or
yeah. I mean, basically the idea that why there are more alphas now, it seems, than ever before, or is that even true? But now we're tracking them more,
right?
And what does it mean for society?
It's just YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. And is this some kind of evolutionary process, and are people going to be left behind, and stuff like that?
Yeah. Okay, here's a parting shot, and maybe you've mentioned it already before. Just for the sentimental out there, what's the biggest thing about DS9 you miss after all these years? Not to knock anything else you've worked on, but what's the thing about good old DS9?
Well, I mean, the easy answer is I miss everything about DS9 in terms of the people I work with, the sets, the knowledge that we had those 26 episodes every year to craft, a series of stories that kind of hung together. The idea that by the middle of the run, I've said this before, but we were feeling like it was a novel, like it was going to have a beginning, middle, and end, and you can trace the history of it all. I miss that. I think, besides the camaraderie of the writing staff, which was still, Robert and Ron and Hans and Renee and Pete Fields and, Weddle and Thompson. It was a great staff. I mean, we spent a lot of time together, and it was always a good place to be. So that, I guess, is the main thing I miss. And I miss the characters, I miss the characters. Bashir and O'Brien were fun to write for, Garrick, was fun to write for. Wayoon was fun to write. They all were fun to write for, So, it's all, it was 7 years out of my life. So, after the first 3 years, every year my agents wanted me to leave. Every year they begged me to leave. It wasn't doing my career any good. They were saying, why would you keep going back? What was the point of going back? You could take another job, make the same money or more money or whatever it is. Why keep going back? They just couldn't get it. And all I could keep telling them is, I have to see how it ends. I have to see how it ends. I'm never going to hang by Abraham Lincoln's nose in Mount Rushmore. Well, maybe.